One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. What I want to talk to you about today is like the origination, well, not the origination, but where, trap music and drill music and how it originated and who was behind how it got originated. And this may not be 100% accurate, but these are some of the people that was highly influential and some of the people who had a lot to do with how this type of music got started. And I also want to talk about like the destruction and the way it influenced the youth and how it is problematic. A lot of people say it's not really the music. A lot of people say it's not really, the music ain't causing this violence and things like that. Well, I beg to differ, um, because I know that music does have an influence on people. And I don't care what type of music you listen to, it has an influence, and we'll get into that in a minute. But when you look at the originator of drill music, which drill music is like a Chicago-based style or genre of music. It started in the Chicago South Side, and it was around 2011 when the first artist to call his music drill music, was it's that's where it started at. That's in 2011 in Chicago, where the first artist called their music drill music. And that artist, which you may know him, I don't really know. I'm not too familiar with a lot of these artists, but it was an artist that go by the name of Pac-Man. And in a 2011 song, he called it "It's a Drill." It's a drill, and I believe that's the reason why now they call that type of music drill music. And then one you may be familiar with by artists by the name of Chief Keef is considered to be the primary one who made it very popular on the music scene, like on the mainstream. He was considered one of the ones who made it like popular on the mainstream. But early drill artists were people like Pac-Man, King Louie, Chief Keef, Lil Reese, Lil Durk, Rondon, Numia, Numbo. I'm screwing that name up, and then somebody named L.A. Capone. Now all these artists were artists who had a big influence on the drill music. And like I say, it started in 2011 by an artist named Pac-Man, and then it became like on the mainstream by an artist named Chief Keef. And I'm pretty sure most people know who Chief Keef is because I know who that name is and I know who that is. So I know everybody else probably do too. And just to keep on going along with this, then you had another type of music which is called trap music. And trap music is what they say is what influenced drill music in the first place. It started off with music called trap music. And people say, well, what's a trap? A trap is like a drug house. In the hood where the drug houses are, that's considered the trap. So the music they made was supposed to be for that type of lifestyle. So that's why they call it trap music. And trap music was like the sound of Atlanta. It was a music scene in Atlanta. A lot of artists was making trap music. And drill music has spread to many parts of the world, including Brooklyn, New York, Australia, New Zealand, China, and Japan. It's like everywhere. And it's a lifestyle that comes with drill music. Now, trap music, its origins are, from Atlanta, as I said. They like the artists down there, which is people like Shorty Red, DJ Toomp, I believe I said that right, and then people like T.I., Gucci Mane, all of them type of people. They was making what they call trap music, and they said in a song, like this is, it's a trap song, trap music. That's what they would call the music that they was making. And it's like taking some of its sound from like jazz, soul, R&B, gospel, funk, planet rock, that type of music. If you don't know what that is, you can go back and look at those type of sounds that come from that music, and it's more what's incorporated into what they consider trap music. Then the next question you might want to ask yourself is, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, drill music is like a very interesting type of music because what they do, from my understanding, I listened to some of it, and they take they gang. A lot of those guys are involved in gang activity. So what they're doing is they make a song about what they're gonna do to somebody or what they have done to somebody, and they put it out, and then the other gang hear the song, and then they make a song back. But they're not just making music back and forth. What they putting on a lot of these songs is stuff they're gonna do for real, and they're gonna do it. And then when they do it, when they cause the violence or cause the situation to go down, they go back and make a song about it, dissing the other person, and then it just keeps going back and forth. Now I don't know all of the ins and outs of this, but I do know the basics of it is that is like the basic thing that goes down, and it's taking a lot of lives. A lot of lives have been taken away because of this type of music, and I'm not saying it's the only reason why a lot of black lives are being taken away, going to prison, in the graveyard, but I'm saying that it has a lot of influence on it. When you're making that type of music, it's a lifestyle to come with it. You're not gonna just make that type of music and think nothing's gonna happen, because that's what the culture of that type of music is in that area of Chicago. That's what they do. They make that music, they tell you what they're gonna do to you, they go and do it to you, and then they make a song about that it was done. Then the rivals, which they call the ops, they're gonna make a song saying what they're gonna do to the other person. Then they're gonna go and do that to them, and then it just keeps going back and forth. But that's what the lifestyle. Now, if you're making that type of music and you ain't about that life, you might want to change your mind, because you're gonna have to answer for that. That's what it is. That's what they're thinking about it. And that type of music here lately has been used against a lot of these guys. Let's say they're not doing it, but they're making the music about it. And the culture is this: when you make that type of music, this is what you're doing. So what do you think gonna happen? They go in the courtroom and they playing these songs in the courtroom. People getting indictments off a song because they said something on a song, and everything on that song matched up with what went down on that crime scene. And how, what's the chances of that happening? That you just happen to write a song at the house that go along step for step with what went on at a crime scene. You're going to prison. That's just the bottom line. See, when I was growing up, we had music, we had all different type of music to choose from. You see what I'm saying? We could listen to anything. We listened to, you had rap music that was not really about anything violent. It was fun rap music. You had rap music talking about violence, and then you also had rap music talking about improving yourself and things like that. And all that was influential. It influenced us to do certain things and move a certain way. If rap was talking about college, then guess what? We wanted to go to college. Whatever they was talking about, we wanted to do it. But today's youth, it's not what they're talking about. A lot of the music they're talking about is degenerative music. It's music that's going to get them put in prison. It's music that's going to get them put in the graveyard. It's music that's going to have mothers crying. It's music that's going to have fathers crying. It's music that's going to destroy a whole generation. That's what it is now. And the labels don't care about these kids. They're going to let them keep doing it because it's making them money. The more people lose their life over it, the more popular it becomes, the more money is made. Those are the things you got to think about when you're dealing with this type of music. It ain't nothing good about it. It's straight up degenerate. People don't want to call it what it is, but that's what it is. And if you're a young person and you think about getting into the music business and you ashamed or you're afraid to make good music because you want to fit in, then you're doing yourself a disservice. I advise you to make music that's worthwhile and make people like it. Make it trendy by you making it trendy. Don't let it become because you want to do what they doing. Do what you got to do and create your own lane. Stay where you got to stay so that you can have a positive influence on those who come behind you so that you're not sending people to the graveyard and to the prison. Because that's what this type of music is going to do. Trap music the same way, except for trap music got people selling drugs. But they still going to find the same fate. The prison or the graveyard. It's just no way around it. It's not good for anybody. It's going to tear up everything. And look at our community right now because of it. It influences everybody and everything they do. And it's all bad. So I suggest that you change your mind, get on the right track before you yourself end up somewhere you don't want to be at. And that's in prison or the graveyard. Because ain't no coming back from the graveyard. If you get a long enough prison sentence, ain't no bouncing back from that either. Your whole life can be ruined all because of a song, all because of a lifestyle. That when you get locked up, nobody's gonna care about you. You just in the system lost. So keep that in mind. Y'all take care.